She was the muse behind some of rock's greatest love songs. But at 81, she's ready to share the real story of her life with a quiet Beatle. Born in a small English town in 1944, her early years were anything but ordinary. Her father, a Royal Air Force man, moved the family across continents, planting seeds of resilience and grace in a young girl who'd one day capture the world's gaze. Those nomadic days shaped her, teaching her to adapt, to shine, no matter where life took her. But nothing could prepare her for the whirlwind of fame, love, and heartbreak that awaited Dot as a child. She was the eldest, the one who looked out for her siblings' two brothers, two sisters, and later, step-siblings from her parents' remarriages. Life wasn't always easy. Her parents' separation left cracks in their family, but she learned to navigate them with poise. By the time she finished school in 1961, she wasn't chasing grades or a quiet life. Something bigger called her. At 18, she packed her bags for London, stepping into the heart of a cultural revolution. The 1960s were electric, and London was the spark. The city buzzed with new music, bold fashion, and a generation hungry for change. She started small, working at a salon, washing hair, dreaming big. One day, a magazine editor spotted her those striking features, that effortless charm, and urged her to model. It was the push that changed everything. By 1962, she was walking runways in London and Paris, her face glowing on the covers of top fashion magazines. She wasn't just a model. She was a symbol of the era youthful free, a blend of innocence and rebellion that defined the swinging 60s. Her beauty wasn't stiff or staged like the glamour of the decade before. It was fresh, alive, effortless. Photographers couldn't get enough of her. She worked with the best, gracing spreads in newspapers and magazines, her image synonymous with the bold new style of the time. She wasn't just part of the scene, she helped shape it. Women didn't want to mimic the polished stars of the past. They wanted to be her, with her natural elegance and cool confidence. Then came 1964, and with it, a chance encounter that would rewrite her life. While shooting a small role in a film about a certain world-famous band, she met a shy guitarist with soulful eyes. Their connection was instant, electric, like something out of a dream. He asked her out on the spot, and though she hesitated, she was seeing someone else. His quiet persistence won her over. Soon, they were in love, and she was thrust into the chaos of a global phenomenon. The world watched their every move. Their romance splashed across headlines, her face now tied to his fame. If this story touches your heart, please share it. It's a tale of love, loss, and finding yourself in the eye of a storm. Her modeling career soared higher. She landed bigger gigs, posed for legendary photographers, and became a muse for designers who were redefining fashion. The press called her the most glamorous of the band's inner circle, a beacon of modern beauty. She wasn't just a face. She was a cultural force, embodying a generation's shift toward freedom and self-expression. But fame came with a shadow. Fans sent harsh letters, jealous of her place in the spotlight. The pressure was relentless, and she felt it. To cope, she poured her creativity elsewhere. She started writing, sharing glimpses of London's vibrant scene, fashion, music, the pulse of the 60s, with eager readers across the ocean. But the hate mail kept coming, and her guitarist love asked her to step back for her own peace. So she pivoted, joining her sister to open a boutique in London's trendy district. Their shop, filled with antiques and art, became a haven for the city's creative souls, musicians, artists, dreamers. It was her way of carving out a space in a world that often felt overwhelming. Her love story, though, was where the real drama unfolded. In 1966, she married the guitarist in a quiet ceremony, their bond a symbol of the era's glamour. They lived in a colorful, eclectic home, a gathering place for rock royalty. But beneath the surface, cracks were forming. His fame was suffocating, his search for spiritual meaning pulling him away. She tried to follow his path, meditation, philosophy, but felt like an outsider in his world. The silence between them grew louder, and whispers of his affairs cut deep. By the mid-70s, their marriage was unraveling. Leaving him was gut-wrenching, but she knew she had to reclaim herself. Just when she thought her heart might heal, another legend entered her life, a guitarist friend of her ex. Consumed by a love for her, so intense it birthed one of rock's most iconic songs. His passion was overwhelming, a mix of beauty and chaos. She resisted at first, still tied to her first love, but his persistence and the end of her marriage drew her in. They married in 1979, their union a whirlwind of music and turmoil. His struggles with addiction cast a shadow over their life together, despite the tender moments that inspired more timeless songs. By 1989, their marriage collapsed under the weight of pain and betrayal. What kept her going through the heartbreak? The hope of something steadier, something real. In the 90s, she found it with a man far removed from the spotlight, a kind, grounded soul who offered her peace. They built a life together, marrying in 2015 after decades of quiet love. He was her anchor, a reminder that she could find herself beyond the chaos of fame. Now, at 81, she's opening up about her first great love, the shy guitarist who stole her heart all those years ago. Their story wasn't a fairy tale. It was raw, messy, beautiful. She remembers the way he looked at her on that film set, the way his music spoke to her soul. But she also remembers the loneliness, the weight of his fame, the spiritual quest that left her behind. He was searching for something bigger than us, she says, her voice soft but steady. I loved him, but I couldn't follow. Their marriage didn't survive, but their bond did, softening into a gentle friendship over time. When he passed in 2001, she grieved not just the man, but the era they'd shared, the music, the dreams, the love that shaped her. He was my first great love, she says. That never fades. Today, she speaks of him with clarity and warmth. No longer the young model swept up in a storm, but a woman who's lived, lost, and found peace. Her story isn't just about love or fame, it's about resilience, about finding your own light in the shadow of legends. Love doesn't always last, she reflects, but it teaches you who you are. The songs inspired by her still echo, carrying her story to new generations. If her journey moves you, please like, subscribe, and share it. Let's keep her truth alive, a reminder that behind every icon is a human heart, beating through love, loss, and the courage to keep going.